Hello and welcome to another Mercenaries gameplay. It's currently now 5 days till Resident Evil 6's launch. From what I found out, it seems to be a worldwide release. There doesn't seem to be anything saying otherwise, so it looks like it's going to be October the 2nd for everywhere. Pretty much, I'm not entirely sure. The only advice I could give you, if you're not sure yourself, is just check with your local game retailers. That's the only advice I can really give you on that. Because I'm not sure what every country's game retailer is. I only know, well, I know some of America's. I'm not entirely sure on all of them, and obviously my own country's, to be honest. Today, well, you would have seen I'm playing as Leon. I'm playing on the castle stage. I originally was going to go with Ada, but then I just changed my mind last minute. Leon's he is probably one of the most popular characters in the Resident Evil series, so that sort of influenced my decision a little bit. But the real reason I think was, for me, is his weapon set, because he's only got a shotgun and pistol. And this level I personally find quite challenging as it is, and I thought that would be more of a challenge, because later on, as the time goes on, if you have enough time, one of the harder enemies will drop down. I can't think of the name. He's got like a sort of a helmet, football helmet, mask type thing on, and really long claws. And the only way to you can damage him from the front, but to do real damage, you have to get behind him. He really is quite challenging in the main story. So I really thought this was just a really challenging gameplay. That's my main reason, really. And I'll possibly do Ada tomorrow, to be honest. I'll play as Ada, I should have said. Yeah, that really wasn't a clever thing to say. I managed to actually get a copy of Resident Evil Damnation today, because the only place I've had a chance to have a look in is my local supermarket, and they didn't have it, because where I live, the town centre is quite far away, so it's not always easy to get into there, because that's where all the good stuff is. And I do not mean drugs. I mean, like, where the main releases, like Blu-rays, DVDs, and games, CDs, all that kind of thing. Because my local supermarket is bloody terrible for stuff like that. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. So yeah, it's really quite annoying. But I managed to get it in town, so I'll give it a watch tonight, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it tomorrow. Tomorrow's video. I think it is the sequel to Degeneration. I'm not entirely sure. Degeneration was the first film. I think it's called a CGI film. I've got that correct. On the DVD, it actually does say a CG motion picture. So it's nothing to do with the original. Nothing to do with the live-action films. Because the current one for that is Retribution, which is out in cinemas now, I believe. Yeah, I kind of wasn't into Resident Evil when Degeneration came out, and kind of missed it. It wasn't until last year that when the PlayStation network hack happened, as well as the free games they gave away in the PlayStation Plus subscriptions, they also, because I didn't actually know about this, I read it on the internet I think it was the day before it ended. They were giving away some film rentals. I can't remember if there was a selection or it was just Resident Evil Degeneration and Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, because that's the two I ended up with. Quite frankly though, Final Fantasy The Spirits Within was not as good as Final Fantasy Advent Children, personally, for me. But I really thoroughly enjoyed Resident Evil Degeneration. I did try to get hold of it, but I had real trouble. It wasn't until Christmas last year, well, the Christmas period last year, I managed to pick it up for a £5, which I was quite chuffed with in the end. And I mean, I've seen quite a few trailers for Resident Evil Damnation. They looked alright, but I just thought I'd give it a chance, see what it's like. I mean, if it's anything like Degeneration, I'll like it. I'm just going to sort of now talk about the differences between the Mercenaries in Resident Evil 5 and Mercenaries 3D and Mercenaries 4. The main real difference I sort of found is with Resident Evil 5 you can like stun them by shooting in the head or the leg, and most of the time in Resident Evil 5 it'll instantly kill them when you do a melee attack. On here it doesn't, they'll fall to the floor, and there's no, I didn't find any melee attacks on the floor except for using the knife or shooting them. Well, shooting them's not really melee. No, it's not. So that's the main difference I noticed there. On Resident Evil Mercenaries 3D, you can move and shoot. Move and shoot. Sorry. But yeah, you can move and shoot on Resident Evil Mercenaries 3D, and you can go in first-person view. So that's the main difference between that. That's because that's the latest version of Mercenaries, available until obviously 6. Whoa! I've never seen Leon do that before. I've never seen him do a suplex before. So that's a new one on me. It's quite funny the other day because I was saying that, well, I did it in the annotations for the video that I showed of Resident Evil 6, Chris's mission on the demo. He like literally picked a guy up and threw him across the area. It was quite a distance, I think. And I really didn't like it. It just seemed out of place, and in some ways I think that move does seem a bit over the top. I think it's just the shock of seeing it. It's kind of cool, I suppose, but I don't know. I think if I seen it doing it a couple of times, it would look out of place. Another thing I really don't like about Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6 is not a massive thing. I just don't like the way they jump down the ladders. It just doesn't look right. I think when they jump through the windows, that does look a bit silly in some ways, but it kind of doesn't bother me. It kind of looks quite good. So that's not the I'm complaining about, but I really do hate the ladders. The only character that doesn't do it is Ashley, but she's only playable in sections, but I think the section she's playable in, there aren't no ladders. Most of the time she has to wait for Leon so she can jump down. Because it's quite a funny animation if you unlock the armour suit for Ashley. I think it's the gangster, the mafia outfit for Leon you have to have. I could be wrong. Where she jumps down and he grabs her to break her fall, because she's got the armor suit on. He like sort of holds his back because it's the weight of the armor. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's only really. And another thing I actually sort of didn't realise, and how I did not realise, because I've been playing a lot of a lot of the newer Resident Evils quite recently, 4 and 5, and because I said about the enemies dropping ammo, I didn't really like it. I didn't like it in 6, and it's kind of in here. It is in 4 and 5, and I was like, how did I not notice that? It really didn't. And I've been playing them recently. That's, so I really can't. I kind of have to take that back. It would be nice if it wasn't like that, but as I said, I don't think it's a problem in 6, because 6 you do run out of ammo quite quickly. I found. So yeah. The real reason really behind doing these Mercenaries videos, sort of a countdown, to be honest, I was really getting fed up of Resident Evil, to be honest. I was like, oh, not this again. So, I thought, and I sort of thought, well, what else can I do? Because, I have sort of enjoyed making the videos. It's not like I haven't, but, it does get a bit stale, keep playing it on a daily basis to make videos, and, well, they've not always been, like I say a weekly basis, to be fair. So I really got fed up, and this is really the reason behind why I did it. I just thought, what else can I do? And I came up with this idea because I actually don't mind Mercenaries too much, and they're quick and short videos. So that's the real reason I thought it'd be nice just to do till Resident Evil 6, a nice little countdown thing. And I'm shocked how many views it's actually got. I think the highest the Rebecca one got was 38, I think, on the Barry one. And I was really shocked, and I know to a lot of people that's not much, but that to me is really good. So thank you everybody for watching, if you have. And that's the end for this video. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll join me for tomorrow's video.